Do you think that you would beat everyone in the heavyweight division?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's certain things that I can do that other boxers can't do.
Charlotte Daly on MailSport Boxing, joined by Lennox Lewis. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I'm glad. Well, we're going to jump straight into it.
Okay.
For the first fight, Tyson and Oleksandr were pushed to the absolute limits, physically, mentally. How much do you think the deep waters will be weighing on them this time, knowing that they're going to have to go even further?
Yeah, I was thinking about the fight myself and how I would approach the fight. I would be thinking, I got to train even harder because I'm up against a guy that's, elusive. He moves around the ring. He throws good punches. And it's really who seizes the moment at the right time, who breaks down their opponent, who uses the jab well. I'll be listening into both corners to see what kind of advice they're giving their boxer. So it's a big measure that both fighters are going to have to do. Oleksandr Usyk already did it, so he's one up. Tyson Fury is one down, so he knows he has to step it up and come and throw a lot more punches. He has to win 8 out of the 12 rounds to win this fight.
If you were getting into the ring on Saturday night with Oleksandr Usyk, how would you beat him?
For me, I would go right after him. I would go after him because I would say, okay, he's not as strong as me. And he would realize this and he would move. So it would be a situation where I'm cutting off the ring and putting my weight on him, throwing that jab, that left hook, that right hand. I'll be a pugilist specialist in that fight, using all my strengths, whether it's my uppercut, whether it's my jab, whether it's my hook, and I've got to put all those things together.
You said there about the uppercut. Now, you had a great uppercut in your arsenal, and we saw a bit of success with Tyson Fury using that against Oleksandr Usyk. How important do you think the uppercut will be in the rematch?
Well, he's going to see that he had a great effect with his uppercut, so he's going to be throwing it a lot more. I would throw, obviously, some combinations and end off with the uppercut because, you throw the left, right, the hook, he's going to duck under that. Then the uppercut should be there.
A lot was made of the fact that that shot to Tyson Fury's nose and the fact that he kept touching it afterwards. Aside from the pain of the nose, how much could that have affected him in terms of his breathing and his stamina? And there's probably even, blood going down into his throat. How does that affect a fighter?
Oh, it definitely affects a fighter. I mean, you've seen how it affected Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury got hit in the nose in the 9th round and basically danced around, touching his nose till the end of the round. And then even after the end of the round he still came out, still moving. He wasn't really doing too much offense, so it had great effect in the fight.
In that 9th round, obviously, Usyk came very close to finishing the fight, but he didn't. And Tyson Fury has this unbelievable ability to recover. We saw it against Deontay Wilder. Do you think that'll be a little bit demoralising for Usyk, that he couldn't get him out of there and that Fury did bounce back in a way?
I heard Fury telling him that, saying, "Oh, you had me hurt, but you couldn't get me out, you tosser or dosser." And that's to Oleksandr Usyk, that kind of weighs on his head a little bit. He's going to probably be thinking, okay, next time you're in that position, I know I can hurt you, but next time I'm going to take you out.
Fury's expected to come in heavier for the rematch. How much of an advantage do you think that will give him, if it will give him an advantage? And what do you think Usyk has to do to counteract that?
Well, he's coming in with a lot more weight because he wants to probably put his weight on Oleksandr Usyk and tire him out a little bit. I think it will have an effect on Usyk if he allows that, but Usyk is not going to allow that. He knows that he can't afford Tyson Fury putting his weight on him because he knows that's going to drag him down. So he's going to try and stay outside, pick his time when he comes in. And when he comes in, he's going to try and do as much damage as possible before he gets out.
See, my only slight concern with Tyson coming in heavier is the fact that Oleksandr Usyk's got great movement, lateral movement. His agility is fantastic. If Fury can't get to him and can't lean on him and can't clinch him, that he's almost going to tire himself out in the latter rounds because of the additional weight.
Well, there's a good thing about boxers, right? It's much easier coming forward than going backwards. So if Tyson Fury is going to be coming forward, Alexander Usyk is going to be using up the energy, trying to move away from him and trying to give him different looks. So I don't think he wants to do that, but I believe he would be in shape for that because he knows his advantage is moving and staying on the outside and picking his shots and picking his times when he's going to come in.
What is your prediction for the fight? How do you think it will unfold?
For one thing, I can't go against an undisputed champion, a man that hasn't lost yet. But I will say that, they both have equal skills, and I usually always pick the bigger guy. Tyson Fury, if he boxed the fight right, if he makes the right decisions in this fight, he should win.
People talk about the fact that Oleksandr Usyk is one of now the pound for pound greats, and everyone talks about you being this like the best boxer that there's been. Where do you think his legacy ranks compared to yours now?
Definitely close. we're two men that are in the same room.
If you were to return to the ring now, or even actually, let's say, fighting at your primes, do you think that you would beat everyone in the heavyweight division?
Absolutely. I believe that I'm a pugilist specialist, and there's certain things that I can do that other boxers can't do.
What are those things that you think?
It's a secret.
can't give it away.
Well, I always say I'm a pugilist specialist.
Yeah.
Pugilist specialist, what does that mean? I've really perfected everything that I've went out to do, in the sense of my jab, my hook, my right hand, so I can knock somebody out with any of those punches.
We saw you sat next to Vladimir Klitschko last night. Did you have any chats about him returning to the ring? Because there's been a lot of conversation around that.
Yeah, he was saying, I was saying, you're not going to return to the ring, are you? He said, gave me that kind of nod. That means yes and no type of thing.
If he was to return, who would you want to see him face?
I don't know who I would want to see him face. Maybe. Well, he can't go against Alexander Usyk because they're in the same camp. I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, I caught up with you as well at the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul event, and I saw Evander there as well, and he was saying that he'd love to get back in the ring with you. Would we ever see you guys back in the ring?
I don't think so. That's nice of him that he wants to get back in the ring with me. I'm not really pushing to get back in the ring with him.
Well, finally, 2025 is almost going to be the changing of the guard with the heavyweight scene. We think that, AJ, Fury, Usyk may hang up their gloves in that year. What do you think about the state of the division if they do all walk away for the heavyweights?
I think it's going to be the dawn of a new era. I mean, we're seeing it right now, with the Anthony Joshua fight and Daniel Dubois. Like, this guy came out and he was serious. He came out there, threw some great punches, and we're seeing his uprise right now. So the dawn of the new era is here.
It's in good hands.
It's in good hands.